Hello friends, myself Professor Khemchand Surana. In last session we have started with the antimalarial agent, and in that we have seen the introduction of antimalarial agents. Then further we have seen the life cycle of Plasmodium or the life cycle of antimalarial agent. We have seen the sexual life cycle and asexual life cycle, or the sexual phase and asexual phase. Then further we have seen the different stages of these malarial parasite into the life cycle, where the different drugs has been effective. Okay. Now further we have started with the classification of antimalarial agents, and we have seen the classes and examples of these antimalarial agents. Now in today's lecture or the session, we'll start with the details of every class of the antimalarial agent. So the first major class of these antimalarial agent is what? 4-aminoquinolones. So 4-aminoquinolone is what? The major class of these antimalarial agent. So in that the basic structure given over here, you can see the quinolone is basic ring. At third position there is R1, at 4 there is NHR, then 5 6 position is free, at 7 position there is chlorine group. This is what the basic structure of these 4-aminoquinolones. Okay. So now the examples given over here. So first example is chloroquine. At chloroquine, at R1 there is what? Hydrogen only, and at R there is what? CH3 CH2 3 times in C2H5 C2H5. So this is what the chloroquine structure. Okay. Now second is what? Particular amodiaquine. Okay. So amodiaquine, there is what? The phenol type of ring, and at second position there is what? CH2N C2H5 C2H5 at R, and at R1 there is again hydrogen. Now next one is what? Your hydroxychloroquine. So hydroxychloroquine, it is again similar as like your whatever the chloroquine, but only at whatever the C2H5, the one hydrogen has been replaced with what? OH. So CH3 CH2 3 times N C2H5 CH2 CH2 OH, and at R1 there is what? Hydrogen only. Next santoquine. Then at santoquine there is CH3 CH2 3 times and N C2H5 C2H5, means similar as like your chloroquine. Okay. And at R1 only there is difference of CH3. Okay. So this santoquine and chloroquine is similar, but only at R1 CH3 is there. Okay. The hydrogen has been replaced by CH3. Next drug is what? Amopyroquine. Okay. So amopyroquine, phenol is there, then CH2, and this pyrrolidine ring has been attached to what? The R position, and R1 there is what? Hydrogen. So these are what the different examples of 4-aminoquinoline. So just draw all the structures and practice them. Now next is what? The mechanism of action of chloroquine or 4-aminoquinoline derivatives, you can see. Okay. So basically what will happen? So hemoglobin. Okay. So whatever the malaria parasites, they were infected, means they were injected to the host, and they were reaches to what? Blood circulation. So this hemoglobin, okay, which will hemoglobin of what? Host particular. Okay. So this hemoglobin which will utilize by the malarial parasites, means they were utilize these particular hemoglobin for their requirement, for the requirement of amino acids for their growth. So further this hemoglobin will converted into heme, which is what? Highly toxic for the malarial parasite, and subsequently subsequently called, or rapidly we can call, these heme further converted into hemazoin. Okay. By heme polymerase enzyme. So this hemazoin is not toxic to what? Plasmodium, but whatever the heme, which is what? Toxic to the malarial parasite. So if we block this conversion of heme to hemazoin, okay, so the conversion of heme to hemazoin will block by this chloroquine, quinine or mefloquine, means 4-aminoquinoline derivatives. There is what? The formation of hemazoin has been blocked by these drugs, and whatever the concentration of heme into the blood has been increases, and automatically these heme is what toxic to the malarial parasite. Because of the toxic nature, whatever the malarial parasite has been automatically dead. Okay, so this is what the simple mechanism of action of chloroquine. Further into the statement given over here, the parasite digests the host cells hemoglobin to obtain their essential amino acid. Already I have discussed these hemoglobin is required for their growth, for their essential amino acids. Okay, the process releases the large amount of heme. So when they were digest this particular hemoglobin, the heme has been released, which is what toxic. So to protect itself, the parasites they were ordinarily polymerized by this particular heme by heme polymerase enzyme and converted into what hemazoin, which is what non-toxic form. Further, which is what sequester into what parasite food vacuole. Okay, in the chloroquine where prevent the polymerization to hemazoin, means what are the chloroquine or 4 amino, they were what prevent this conversion of heme to hemazoin, means polymerization of heme to hemazoin, and the accumulation of heme which result into what lysis of the both parasites and what red blood cells. So this is what the mode of action of chloroquine. So again here the by structurally given over here, the proteolytic degradation of hemoglobin by the plasmodium organism to the potentially toxic hematine and the non-toxic dimer hemazoin. So hemoglobin which will metabolize by what this plasmodium and releases the amino acid. These amino acid what required for growth of these parasites. Hematine has been formed. Further, this hematine was metabolized by this plasmodium species and converted into hemazoin. So we need to what stop this step of this conversion of hematine or heme into what hemazoin. So these ferroprotoporphyrin 4 or hematine or heme we can call. So this is what toxic to the plasmodium species. Okay, and hemazoin is non-toxic to the hemazoin. Okay, hemazoin is non-toxic to what particular parasite. So this should be asked in examination, also in GPAT examination. So need to clear this thing. Okay, so now further we'll move to the SAR, structure activity relationship of the 4 amino quinoline. Okay, so the basic structure is given over here and numbering is given. So basic ring quinoline 1 2 3, at 3 there is what R1, 4 there is NHR, 5 6 position free, at 7 position cloning group, and at 8 position free. Okay, so at C4 you can see the C4 position, the dialkyl amino alkyl side chain has 2 to 5 carbon atoms between the nitrogen atoms. Okay, so at C4 position between these nitrogen at least 2 to 5 carbon atom side chain dialkyl amino alkyl side chain is required for their activity. Okay, so particularly the 4 diethyl amino ethyl butyl amino side chain that is optimal for activity. Okay, so particular this is what diethyl amino methyl butyl. Okay, these particular ring this particular substitution at this C4 which is what optimal for what their activity. So for example what the chloroquine and quinacrine. Okay, in case of chloroquine and quinacrine these 4 diethyl amino methyl butyl side chain has been given. Okay, and which is what optimal for their activity. The substitution of hydroxy group on the one of the ethyl group on the tertiary amine, that is what hydroxyquinoline, reduces the toxicity. Okay, if we will substitute the hydroxyl group onto this quinoline ring and it will be converted into what hydroxyquinoline, it will decreases or reduces the toxicity. Okay, so incorporation of the aromatic ring into the side chain, for example in case of amodiaquine you can see there is what phenolic ring, means benzene ring is there. So incorporation of these aromatic ring into the side chain which will gives the compound with reduced toxicity and activity. So if we will substitute this aromatic ring, toxicity will be reduces, but in some kind activity is also reduces. The tertiary amine in the side chain is important. Okay, so tertiary amine, okay, at fourth position, that is what it is important for their activity. Okay, the next point is introduction of unsaturated bond in the side chain was detrimental to the activity. Okay, so whatever the unsaturated bond, if we add to the what side chain, which will not detrimental to the activity, means which is not sufficiently or essential for their activity. Okay, next point is the 7 chloro group. Okay, at 7 position there is what chlorine group is given. At the 7 chloro group in the quinoline nucleus is optimal, and the methyl group in the position 3 reduces the activity. Okay, if this 7 group at 7 position there is chlorine, which is what required for activity, but if at third position CH3 group will be substituted, it will reduces the activity. And the additional methyl group in the position 8, okay, at 8 position if we will add additional methyl group, it will abolishes the activity, means it will decreases the activity. Okay, so now next point is what the D isomer of chloroquine is less toxic than its L isomer. Okay, so D isomer is what less toxic than L isomer. So this is what the SAR of 4-amino quinoline. Okay, so now further the SAR has been given into different same SAR has been given into different way. Okay, so at NHR, okay, at 4th position you can see the structure. So at 4th position means what dialkyl amino alkyl side chain, these 5 points. Okay, so first point is what 2 to 5 carbon atom between nitrogen atom is required for their activity, particularly what 4 ethyl amino 1 methyl butyl amino side chain is what optimal for activity. So this substitution in case of what your chloroquine is there. Then tertiary amine is required for their activity. Then introduction of unsaturation into the side chain was not detrimental to activity. Then substitution of hydroxyl 1 of the ethyl group into tertiary amine means hydroxychloroquine will reduces toxicity, but also reduces what their activity. Okay, so now next point is incorporation of aromatic ring in case of what amodiaquine, which will reduces the toxicity but also reduces the activity. Okay, so these are what about NHR. Then at R1 you can see introduction of methyl group will added to this third position, which will reduces the activity. Then at 7th position chlorine will be there, so introduction of chloro group at this position is optimal for activity. Okay, and the D isomer of chloroquine is somewhat less toxic than the L isomer. So this is what the SAR of aminoquinoline. Okay, so now the adverse effect of or the side effects of these chloroquine and 4-amino quinolone derivatives, like, so in case of CNS they will causes the mild headache, confusion, okay, then psychosis, convulsion, impaired hearing, then in case of eyes with high doses loss of vision will be there due to retinal damage. Okay, then reversible corneal damage will be there. In case of GIT, nausea, vomiting, anorexia, epigastric pain, diarrhea. Okay, so these can be causes, but by taking the meal, so these kinds of side effect has been minimized. Okay, then in case of skin, the uncontrolled itching, urticaria, exfoliative dermatitis. Okay, so these are what about the skin. If we'll give this chloroquine by parental administration of this chloroquine will causes the hypotension, cardiac arrhythmia sometimes, and cardiac depression. So these are what the different side effect of this chloroquine. Okay, so now further we'll start with the second major class, that is what 8-aminoquinoline. So first major class is what 4-aminoquinoline. Okay, at 4 position there is what amino substitution. Okay, now in case of these 8-aminoquinoline there is what at 8 position there is what amino substitution. So you can see the basic structure. Okay, so 1 2 3 4 and 5th position is free, at 6th position there is what, methoxy group, 7 free, and at 8th position there is what, amino group. Okay, NHR. So IUPAC name is 6 methoxy 8 amino quinoline derivative. This is basic structure. Now example again given over here. So first example is primaquine. Okay, so in case of this primaquine, CH3 CH2 3 times NH2. Okay, so only R substitution is there, only one substitution. So at this there is what, this substitution in case of primaquine. Second drug is pamaquine. In case of pamaquine, these NH, okay, H2 will be replaced by C2H5 2 times. Okay, means CH3 CH2 3 times and C2H5 2 times. Okay, so this is pamaquine. Then pentaquine phosphate. So pentaquine phosphate at R position, CH2 5 times NH, CH3 CH3. Okay, then isopentaquine. Okay, so isopropyl ring has been attached after NH, so CH3 CH2 3 times NH, CH3 CH3. Then quinacide hydrochloride. So quinacide hydrochloride given over here, CH2 3 times CH3 and C2H5. Okay, so these are what the different examples of 8 amino quinoline: primaquine, pamaquine, pentaquine phosphate, isopentaquine, and quinacide hydrochloride. So just draw the all structure and practice them. Okay, so now the mode of action of these 8 amino quinoline is, so the mechanism of action of 8 amino quinolines is basically unknown, but it is known that the primaquine can generate reactive oxygen species via auto oxidation of the 8 amino quinoline group with the formation of radical anion. So what happens, the mode of action of these 8 amino quinoline is unknown basically, but it is reported that whatever these primaquine were generated, the reactive oxygen species, means ROAs, by the auto oxidation, means they were itselfly oxidized. Okay, and they will form the radical anion, means reactive oxygen species. So by the result of this formation of reactive oxygen species, there is cell destruction oxidant. Okay, these are what, cell destructive oxidants are there, such as hydrogen peroxide, superoxide, and radical hydroxyl radical. They were formed and they will kill this particular parasite. Okay, so this is what the mode of action of 8 amino quinoline. So the metabolism of these 8 amino quinoline, in that first example is primaquine. You can see the primaquine metabolism structure is given over here. So what happens, primaquine will metabolize into the carboxy primaquine. Okay, so whatever at the end they were converted into the carboxy COH given over here, and the primaquine structure you can see. Okay, so at the end there is what, NH2 will be there. Okay, so this NH2 will convert it into COOH. Okay, means acid, that's why it is called carboxy primaquine. And second metabolite is what, N-acetyl primaquine. You can see acetyl group has been replaces, okay, by one hydrogen of this NH2. So N-acetyl primaquine. So these two metabolite has been formed by this primaquine. So primaquine is totally metabolized by CYP3A4 with primary metabolites and having carboxy primaquine. So trace amount of N-acetyl primaquine, aromatic hydroxylated product, and conjugation metabolites are seen. Okay, so basically these were metabolized by what, this CYP3A enzyme, and from their carboxy primaquine we have seen, and the trace amount of N-acetyl primaquine second metabolite you can see, then aromatic hydroxylated product and conjugation metabolite also seen or formed. So this is what the metabolism of primaquine. Now the third major class from this category is what, cinchona alkaloids. So this will discuss into the next session. Till that, thank you and